And we're live.
Yo.
I believe we're live. Let's close this. What other stuff should not be running? How's this going? Okay. I had to do a Windows update, so I had to restart right before the stream. Got some people trickling in. We got some early birds. Hey Corey, what's up? How you doing? Hey Kiara, Electro Ninja's Lab. Zidane Dione. This is some brilliant marketing. If you Google Zidane Dione, all of his socials come up. It's pretty good. I'm doing well. You know, ups and downs. Always ups and downs. Life's a struggle, but it's also a blessing. Let me share some links real quick. SRD says, wrote a Sublime text build script that does nothing except open the Sublime text build directory, and one day I had to modify it so it would work better. So I used it to open the directory and then modified it, but also broke it. And now I can never access that folder again. This happened one time, and I was playing with some Ultima Online shards, and like they had like custom installers, and they used some Python scripts to like create directories, but one of them wasn't set up right. So ever since that point, I was unable to modify or edit or delete or do anything with that folder, and that data was like locked on my hard drive forever until I did a factory reset. It was really crazy. You can do some crazy stuff with Python. I'm not sure what SRD is doing here, but yeah.
Whoa.
What was that?
I don't know.
What's this tweet here? Oh yeah, Visualstella updates. I think we should start with that. I'm gonna gope. I'm gonna gopey gope. I'm gonna go to Yanfly's page, yanfly.mo, and look at the recent updates and get all my plugins up to date. Where's our change log? Reference list MZ change log. Dista one. Bam. Aw, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Core engine battle core. Okay, so this is from a sample project update. When was this last updated? The 18th yesterday. So I'm gonna have to get the sample project. Okay, let's do that. Not a biggie. Not a biggie. They also updated the CTB, which I am using, so definitely. Let me just go ahead and retweet this out. Retweeted. I copied a link. Did I put it in my stuff official? Paste-a-rooney. Paste-a-rooney. Oh, cool. Making cool stuff with MZ. Publish. Confirm.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who's forking our officials. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Much appreciated.
Highly appreciated.
Highly appreciated. I'm scrolling. I gotta scroll to make sure all these members are given their roles so they can post the links. Scrolling. We broke 700 members online last week. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
700 people online in the Driftwood Gaming Discord. Hey, come join us on Discord. Links in the description below. We have an officially partnered Discord partner server. They vetted us and put us through a rigorous test. Actually, it wasn't that rigorous. It was just some forms, but it took a little while.
They made us wait a long time.
They made us wait a few weeks, yeah. And we're like, it's a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's whatever. But like secretly, we really wanted it to be partnered.
Yeah.
I'm like, but we played it off like, it doesn't matter. It's not that important. It's blah, blah. And then we finally got it. We're like, yes! Yes!
Yeah, we were pretty excited.
Ernie for admin. Oh my God, you are a member now. Welcome to the server. Okay. That looks like all the members. All the members. Before I mess around with the game, I need to get some plugin updates. So I'm going to go to itch.io. And I'm going to type in the searchies for Visualstella. And then I'm going to click on the sample project one and re-download. Thank you, thank you. Take me to downloads. Yes, very good, yes. Much big wows. We download the sample. Will it pop up? It poppied. Okay, we'll get this. I'm going to copy this. All right, slash cut. Put this, you know what we'll do? Instead of, just close this. We'll put it in like this. Game, open folder. Visualstella. Paste it in here. Let's go ahead and hit F2 in version control. What's today? 10/19/2020. Okay, and then I'll just use this one. Bam, 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 bam. How are you guys doing today? How's it going? How's it going, my dudes? Let's get all these sweet, delicious plugins. Actually, not cut. Can I just copy them? Can I? Game open folder again. JS plugins. Just poop them in here. Replace them all. Very good. Yes, nice. Nice, very nice, nice. America hamburger, cheeseburger, nice, nice. Okay. America cheeseburger, very nice, nice. Oh my god, I got followed by Gamer Mixin. Gamer Mixin. You sexy beast. Thank you for following me. Actually, I've never heard your name, but it doesn't mean you're not sexy. Okay? Just take that compliment. Take it.
Yeah.
Let's just click on Visualstella and... Oh, is it? Oh no, it's Visualstella MZ. Visualstella MZ. MZ? MZ there. You get the MZ. You want to get MZ? What if I just type in, like, can I manually type it in? Visualstella mz.itch.io. Hey, it's the same background, but it's a different page. 2 different pages. Why? I don't know. I don't understand why, but you know, I don't have to. It doesn't matter if I fully understand why or not. The why is irrelevant in this situation. I suppose you guys probably don't want to just look at me do it on another monitor because you can't see that. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Hey, he says, I was working out early and my entire stomach turned into one big cramp that hurt really bad.
Ow.
And I had to pee, cry, and got sleepy all at the same time. So you had to pee, cry, and you got sleepy at the same time. Wow.
Sounds like you have a bladder infection.
Yeah,
or
that sounds like
something.
a bladder
You should probably
infection.
go to a doctor.
Yeah, the crampy and then, I mean, yeah, probiotics.
Does it feel like when you're emptying your bladder, like there's like a boulder going down on top of your bladder? The more empty it gets, like it's just pain as you're peeing, because that's definitely bladder infection.
It could be. It could be a bladder infection. I hope not. I hope it just passes and there's no problems. But
Yeah. I had one when I was pregnant with Lily, and it made me go into labor. Thankfully,
yeah,
they were
7
able
months
to
in.
stop it.
It was 7 months in. I remember vividly being locked out of the hospital because I had to go get chicken nuggets for my pregnant wife.
I was gonna die.
She
I
sent
had
me
to
on
have-
McDonald's to get chicken nuggies. 7 months pregnant and a bladder infection, going through early labor, like, and we were like, no, calm down. Ooh, calm down. Ooh, let me get you some food. Ooh. And then they locked me out of the hospital because it was nighttime.
Yeah.
And so it was freezing, and I'd like walk around the hospital a bunch of times to figure out how to get into the hospital at night. It was
Yeah.
it was a fun mess.
The thing is when you're like around that time,
Minus
they give
the
you
fun.
a blood, a sugar test
Oh,
to see if you're
man.
diabetic, and so they gave me this drink, and I
It's
have.
so dumb. I don't know why they do that.
It's crazy, but I have hyporeactive hypoglycemia, or reactive hypoglycemia, that's right. And so what that means is if I take large amounts of sugar and I don't eat other things like proteins and complex carbohydrates, then within an hour I'm going to crash. And crashing includes vomiting, shaking, sweating, fainting, just like it's no fun. It's very bad.
Yeah, really bad.
And so they gave me this drink, and I told them I'm going to need to eat something within an hour. Like, as soon as you take the blood test, I need food because otherwise I'm going to crash.
Right.
And, of course, you know, it's the hospital. You know what they do. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then they just never bring you anything.
Nah.
And so I was like, honey, you got to save me. Go to
Yeah.
McDonald's. Get me food.
I'm like, all right. I was hungry too. I was like, fine, let's go get some nugs.
Oh, and
I went there, and there's a bunch of dumbass kids. And then I ordered, and like they like gave my order to someone else, and I had to go up there and complain. And I'm like, I fucking hate McDonald's so much. You guys are fucking incompetent. And I was like, I ordered like 30 minutes ago. My wife's 7 months pregnant, going through early labors from a bladder infection. She's fucking starving. Can you give me some fucking chicken nuggets? They're like, yeah, I'm sorry. We're sorry, sir. We're sorry. We're sorry, sir. And I don't normally behave that way, but like, yeah, I was very patient with them until I broke. That's how I bend and I bend and I bend and I bend, and then I just snap.
Yeah. So by the time he got to the hospital, I was crashing, and I think I ate like 20 chicken nuggets in 30 seconds.
She just inhaled them. $5 super chat from Corey Davis saying, nah, son, it was a cramp thing from doing sit-ups. Oh, okay. Had to drink 2 water bottles to get it to relax. I'm glad that it was just a temporary thing. You got to take it easy. I've been doing jumping jacks when I wake up now. Got to do 50, 60, 70 jumping jacks until my heart gets, like to a point where I'm like, oh, okay, get the blood flowing. And then I try to eat something before coffee. That way I don't have like a dizzy crash feeling. But it's really helping, the exercise in the morning thing. And
yeah, he keeps trying to get me to do it. I'm like,
I'm like, it's hot in here. She's like, I'm cold. I'm like, you need to move around. You're going to die if you just sit in that chair like that. Thank you for the super chats, Corey.
I have 2 speeds, snail and sloth.
Ah, come on. Replace.
Yeah, Kira, I know what you mean. I worked at McDonald's for a grand total of 3 days, and it was across the road from a high school that had open campus. So every lunch during the weekdays, well, I was only there on the weekdays because I was only there for 3 days, but every day it would just get packed with all these unruly high school kids, and it was absolutely ridiculous, complete chaos. I found another job very quickly.
I applied to a McDonald's one time, and they never called me back. And I was like, you know what? I didn't really want to work there anyway. And so I was like, fuck it.
I applied to a KFC when I was 16, and the lady seemed like she was going to hire me. But then this really nice-looking kid came in, and I think she hired him because she wanted to look at him, because he was, like, really handsome.
Well, that stuff happens.
It does.
For both
darn
sexes.
It, why aren't I a handsome man?
Well, I don't think it would work out between us.
No, it probably wouldn't.
We would have a much different relationship. Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much. He says, son, you too skinny. You need to eat, my G. I know T will say no to what I'm saying, but sneak and eat when you can. Trust me. All right. I mean, I went up to 192. I'm back down to 166. And my body just wants to stay at 166, 165, sometimes 167. It's like, that's where I'm supposed to be. Before T got pregnant, I was like 166, 167. And then she got pregnant. She put on weight. I put on weight. She lost weight. I put on more weight. She went back to her normal same thing, and I went up to as fattest I've ever been. It took me like a year to come back down to my normal weight. So now I feel good. I've been moving stuff around. I feel pretty ripped right now. I'm kind of sore from doing a lot of physical labor stuff that I've had to do around here, but I feel pretty good actually.
I feel like his weight is pretty good because when we met, we were both like sickly skinny.
That's true.
I was under 100 pounds.
I was
like
140. Yeah, I was around 140.
Yeah.
When I met T, and I was a little stick, man, and I was just not healthy at all. And I think I've gotten a much better shape.
Yep. I got pregnant, made you fat for a little while.
Yeah, that's true. You made me like really fat.
What happened was, like, before I got pregnant, we had this like wicked strict diet of like good foods, vegetables, fruits, very low on the wheat, just really good diet. And then I got pregnant, and all I wanted to do was eat cookies.
It just
all
went
day.
downhill.
Yeah, I just wanted cookies.
I was all on board for that. I was like, all right, junk food.
Cookies and ice cream and cakes and pies. That's like all I wanted to eat.
I'm going through and updating my plugins right now. It's a slow, agonizing process that you have to do, weekly or so. If you don't, you end up regretting it. But when you do, you end up regretting it. Don't. No.
I haven't even had time to play with my project, so I figure I'm not going to update until.
Did you start a project
actually...
yet? Have you even started one?
Not an official one, no. I've
just
done a
test
few
projects?
bug testing and tutorials, and that's it so far. Oh, and making the map for that Spooktober
Right.
game jam on the forums.
Hey, that's
you guys
on the
know
forums.
There's a October game jam on the forums. You gotta put forum.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I just click it because I'm lazy. T made this. Of course, she didn't like create the
If you
the arts.
go onto the link
Click it.
and see a bigger
This one?
the letters.
The letters?
The title. Yeah, there. That one.
How do
can see
you
the whole
internet again?
I didn't make the art. I just put together the map. That's all.
I love it. So the credits to the artists: Panda Maru, Tonbi.
Tanobi. Right?
Yeah.
Or Tombi? Or
It says Tonbi.
Oh, it's Tombi?
Tonbi.
Okay. Yeah.
Tobishima Factory. Gotcha Games. That's the subsidiary of Katakawa.
Katakawa.
Ref Map and White Dragon. But
Ref Map is also known as FSM.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
But T made this. This is art by T. She made this background. Yeah.
It was fun. There's like over 100 doodads on there.
There's a lot, yeah.
I used the new MZ doodads to do that.
I love it.
And a little bit of parallaxing. Just a little. For like the clouds over the moon in the back.
Party system. Let's get this party system. Let's get this party
Sir Linga,
system.
It's on the forums. I don't think it's on itch.
Is it a game jam? It's a game jam. Hey GD, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing today? Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. He says, you guys, I made my first house on a map, and my G, I almost opened up Clip Art Studio. You almost did. You were almost there.
Oh.
And he drew a map to place in your game. That's awesome.
Nice.
Sick. Super sick.
That's how I did the parallaxing on mine, was Clip Art Studio.
I remember when I had that feeling. I was like, I just bought Ace Sprite and I opened it for the first time and I'm like, I'm an artist now. And I drew like poop and I was just drawing like turds because I'm like, look how it does amazing turds.
You should have done like a whole game and you're drawing Ace Sprite drawing.
I tried. You know where I got good with Ace Sprite and Natural Explorers? Because I was always making stuff for Natural Explorers. It was really fun too. So it was a good learning experience even if the game didn't get published. Miss Lily 200, how are you doing today? Assumed Identity is here. What's up? How you doing? He says, hi, folks. So lovely to see you guys. The weekend feels so long. Barrelclaw asks, anyone here old enough to get Driftwood Gaming reference to Pink's Get This Party Started? Yeah. Anyone boomer enough? I'm not boomer yet, but I'm getting there. I don't like saying I'm old because I feel like it offends people in their 40s and 50s because I'm still in my 30s. So I don't say I'm old anymore because it's kind of offensive to people who are in their 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and the centennials. I don't want to admit that, but yeah, says Eleanor. Kira admits nothing. Did I download this party system? Yeah. Did I get that in there? That's what she said. Party system here? Probably. Yeah. Let's say I did it. Another $5 super chat from Corey. Thank you, Corey. Gosh, so many super chats. He says, but then I said, no, I got to learn how to use the tiles to make a house. Dude making a house, like doodad, you mean? Dude making a house using the tiles. Oh, he's saying, dude, making a house using the tiles. Absolutely. Forget it. Forget about it. I suck at making maps. Like, I'm really good with RPG Maker and engines like that, But when it comes to like drawing good looking maps, I just disappoint myself over and over and over. I'll spend time on it and I'm like, I still hate it. I want to burn it. Yeah.
Aw.
So I don't know what to do about that. That's a problem. I would definitely need a partner to make a good game with a lot of good maps and like level design.
I'll make your maps for you.
Yeah, yeah. But you've got a lot on your plate right now. I would love for you to make maps. I mean, that sounds amazing. You've got a lot on your plate, though. You haven't even started your own game yet. Didn't you want to finish Understood?
Someday. Like I said, the release date for Understood is 2050, the third quarter.
2050. I mean, sure.
That's the official release date, guys. Just I know the anticipation is going to be hard to handle, but
yeah.
It's coming.
Vino with a $2 super chat saying, "Hola, friends. Happy Monday. Hope everyone is well." Back at you, Vino. Thank you for the $2, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope your weekend was good. I did talk to Vino over the weekend. We chat over the weekend. Eleanor says, "Making maps is probably one of my favorite parts of making the game." That's really good. I kind of envy that a little bit. I really do. Let's move on to the tier 3s. I've got to update some of these.
I like it with a good editor. I don't like it with the default editor in Engine, but like with Tile D and Doodads is like a close second. It's a lot more fun. And then I have to try out the Hodel's Cyclone. Is it Cyclone? His new editor?
Cyclone, yeah.
It's Cyclone. Yeah, that one looks really cool. I haven't gotten to check it out yet.
It's called Tornado.
Tornado.
It's called Dark Hawk Tornado. Auto skill triggers, auto skill triggers, auto skill triggers, auto skill triggers. Limited bandwidth of my brain. Auto skill triggers. Thumbnail in progress. Doom, do 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 doom, doom, do 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 doom, doom. You know what? I don't need to copy paste. I'm making this harder than I need to. It's because I'm distracted, but that's okay. That's okay. Kara says, "I'm a programmer at heart. Give me a walk of code and I can get lost." Of course, I generally want to strangle someone by the time I find my way back out, but whatever. Hey, sometimes you just got to you gotta take it by the shoulders and shake the shit out of it, like, ah! And then you'll be like, oh, I get it now. Just shake your Sublime editor sometimes. You gotta shake your VS Code IDE. That's how it works. A $10 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you, Corey. Dang. He says, "And my proofreading is going to be epic, but it's coming along. Got a few healing items out of the way. That's good. I've been thinking about drawing some and putting them in as doodads. You should do that. That's a really good idea. I love doodads. I think doodads saved a lot of games that I've played. I remember when doodads first came out for MV, and it was like... I was like, did they adjust the tile set? They made a custom tile set, because I just didn't understand how they worked when they first came out. It was great. It's good stuff. I am on Battle AI. Let's get that Battle AI updated. Do 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 do. Gotta stay up to date. Because you're going to hit roadblocks and wonder, like, why isn't it working? And it's really just most likely you didn't update your plugin. Like a new version came out that fixed a bug that 20 people have already figured out. So I like this. This is a good process. I don't like the process of doing it, but at the end, you know everything is up to date. Enemy levels. I want to put this in, but I'm also like... I didn't do it quite right in Legend of Driftwood. And as the players get higher level, the enemies get harder too. Obviously, that's the way it's supposed to work. But getting that balance so that the beginning isn't a pushover completely, and that the end isn't too hard is really difficult. Finding the right balance. I think I did an okay job, but I could do better if I had to do it again. And I think I want to do better, you know? So I want to try to use enemy levels for MZ. But get it better. Get it right. I have to get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Skill cooldowns. Victory Aftermath. I love this plugin so much, it's good. Moving on to the tier 4s, extra enemy drops. I don't quite need this one yet, but I'm going to update it since I'm here. We here, ain't we? I don't actually have all of these plugins in my game. I put them in the folder, but I haven't like added them to the plugin manager yet. I don't think it's a good idea just to put them all in, just to put them in. That's what she said. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Nicola Angaro. Hey, how you doing? He says, hi, guys. They say. What's up, Nicola? Pasties. Epic download process completed. All right, we can close this. We can close this. We can close this. And save this. Let's go into our plugin manager. And I'm going to do the good old Control A, right click, refresh, hit apply and OK. All plugins should be up to date. Let me run the game to make sure it doesn't crash. We'll just go to like a battle or something. Give me this dude. He's very staffy. He's sick. He has staff. Let's do the Paladin. The buttons. The delicious, delicious buttons. Oh, the CTB system. Fortify myself. I love CTB. I'm going to use CTB. Bang. I'm going to put in like delay and quick hit and stuff. Gosh, the Paladin's weak AF right now. I need to like not let the... This is just like temporary where I test enemies. I'm going to put some story in. Maybe I'll do some story today. You awaken as a baby in a boat. You pick your hero. A $5 super chat badge from Brendan Lane. Thank you so much, Brendan Lane. He says, hey, everyone. Very simple, short, sweet. Appreciate you dropping in and saying hi and dropping $5. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. How are you doing? You're breathtaking. Sir Linga says, I had a question actually recently. Can you make any size sprite if you use the bigger sprites type? I mean, probably not any size. There's probably a limit somewhere based on your resolution. But I think, yeah, you could make like really, really ginormous sprites. Just keep in mind that file size and loading them in quick, rapid succession may cause issues. Still love that extra enemy drops add-on. Wait, did I not notice that? Let me see. Did I put extra enemy drops in yet? I don't know. Maybe you're thinking about the Victory Aftermath thing. Or is that the extra enemy drops plugin that's doing that? Perhaps it is. That little ching, 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 ching. I do too. That's really cool. It's the Victory Aftermath. Da, 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 da. Yeah, MZ just feels so much better than MV. In my opinion. Like, to play a game. I guess it has a lot to do with the number of MV games I played and how MZ feels quite different in many ways. And I know people are like, you know, I see where they're coming from. They're like, oh, MV is just MV Ace, and there's so many similarities. But I'm glad they didn't get too far away. I think they could have pushed it a little bit more, absolutely. Like to make it more of its unique own thing, and they probably still should in future updates. I'm all on board for that. Like, more change is better here, a little bit more change, but there's something good and magical about MV, and they still managed to keep that going into MZ, and they could have lost that completely, and it's a very delicate balance. So I'm very indifferent on how I feel about the number of changes that went from MV to MZ. Obviously, I've said it multiple times, I feel like there should have been more, but maybe not a bunch more. Just a few more good ones, you know? You know what is good about this project so far is I enjoy it. And you can't say that about every project you're working on. Sometimes you're just like, oh, this fucking monster beast, I've got to finish it. And it's, you know, you get to a point where you're like not having fun working on it. And that's when, you know, it doesn't quite come to fruition. I know it has a lot to do with the novelty of new toys, right? The new engine and whatnot. Vino says, same Polka I watch on my cell because mobile app is a few seconds faster than the web YouTube for streams. Interesting. Yeah, mobile seems to be like lagless, which there's supposed to be 15 seconds of delay. I have it on low latency for YouTube settings, and that's supposed to be about 15 seconds, but it doesn't appear to be low latency on mobile. It's just like ultra low latency, which is like 7 or 8 seconds. So mobile has got a leg up on viewing. But I mean, there's probably more mobile devices now than PCs. I would think so. I haven't looked at the data in a long time, but I've seen trends and like what was more likely to happen over the next year. And I do predict that mobile is going to overtake PC like massively. However, it's not going to stomp out PC. I don't think PC will ever really die, at least not in the near future. Because you're always going to have people who don't like the system of getting phones from companies like Samsung. Samsung has some of the worst customer service, some of the worst website help. Like some of the absolute most terrible websites where they're forced slowed to frustrate and piss you off in order to make you give up so you don't try to return a broken device or contact the right people. And they put you through several technical barriers to even get something replaced or looked at or even, you know, fixed at all. So Samsung, they have some okay products, but their customer service is absolute shit. Utter garbage. Sorry, Samsung. I mean, up your game. I don't know what to say. And I have no problem with the company. I've bought several monitors from Samsung, TVs, like most of my phones have been Samsungs. But when you have an issue, they give no fucks. They do not care at all. In fact, they actively try to sabotage your like recovery process so that you just eat the loss and they don't take the loss. They don't have to pay someone to fix your phone. And just most recently, we had an expensive phone. My stepdaughter we got her a Samsung phone. Her sister bought it for her actually, and it didn't there was something wrong with it where it couldn't connect to any Wi-Fi, and we couldn't have it connect to it wasn't the Wi-Fi, she couldn't connect to a network. So we put her on our data plan, so we were paying for a data plan for her, and it would not connect even though it was supposed to be able to. And we dealt with them for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and finally we got through. It took so many hours of tech support just for them to say, hey, send it in. And they finally gave us a shipping label that we can send off. So I think people will use PC for a long time because of the utter scams that revolve around mobile. It's not a secure thing for the consumer, for the customer, you know, and that's how we are to them now. We're just consumers. We're not even people or customers. We're only consumers. And if you look at the articles and the terminology they use, it's very evident. It's very evident. They don't give a shit, and they probably never will. Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. He says, Drift, you got to act like me when I call them. I act like I can't say that. When I talk to them, I get their mind right. You know, working with people who have issues a lot of the time, it's harder to help people when they're frustrated. So I never jump to being pissed off, but I do get there at some point if I feel like they don't not getting the message. I'm repeating myself and they're giving me the runaround. One time I had to talk to a service because I did a PayPal subscription thing. So I don't do any recurring payments through PayPal anymore because it's a nightmare to deal with. And I had to contact the company, and then the company said, nope, it's a PayPal thing. You have to contact PayPal. I contacted PayPal, and PayPal also has terrible, terrible customer service. PayPal is great. I use it all the time, but their customer service is pretty shit, really. They need to step up their game as well. And then they said, no, you have to contact the company. And I'm like, well, look, they told me to contact you. And they're like, no, you have to contact them. So I contact the company again. And they're like, no, this is a PayPal thing. And I'm like, look, motherfucker. See, that's when they broke me. They broke me at that point. I was like, look, motherfucker, you're spinning me around in circles. And you need to answer for this because there's a problem that I cannot fix on my end and PayPal cannot fix on their end. And you have to fix it on your end. And eventually they did. But I had to get there, Corey. And I see what you're saying, but I never start that way. And I try to be as nice as possible, but I still fail, and I go into like anti-stoicism mode, you know? I'm a failed stoic. That's how I describe myself. I try to be a stoic, but I fail quite miserably often. $2 super chat from Vino. Oh, refresh chat. Yes, sorry about that. Let me get that real quick. All chats API, turn it off and turn it back on. It's amazing how many things turning it off and turning it back on fixes. I forgot to hit the record button. There it is. How's it going, everybody? I'm Drift from Driftwood Gaming, and I'm joined with T. She stepped out for a second, but she's here. She'll be back. I got all the spam chat. Oh my gosh. All the chatty chats. Kira says, ran into that same issue once, forget what it was, but kept being bounced back and forth between two parties until I finally went off. Yeah, they really hope you give up. They try to mentally and emotionally exhaust you until you have nothing left and you either scream at them and then it's like squeaky wheel gets the grease situation. You know, when you're so pissed that you threaten to contact the Better Business Bureau. That's the only really thing you have to say when in these situations, because they don't want that, and it's the only power you have. It's more paperwork and it's a pain in the butt, but it's like, it's almost vindictive. It's like, if you're going to give me this much stress over it, I'm going to make sure that I have some impact on your future wallet. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want that. So if they're trying to make you eat the loss, you put on the pressure that you're going to make their ratings go down. And they don't like that. Shareholders get pissed when that happens. So they are definitely beholden to the shareholders. And sometimes you got to write the Better Business Bureau. Sometimes that's what you got to do, man. You just got to be like, look, I tried to be very cordial and respectful, blah, blah, blah. I went through all the steps, and this is the process. And be precise, too. Give them dates, give them screenshots. You got to write a nice little piece of paper so that when they look back on the complaint, it's not just someone saying, they didn't do it good. You know, you give them a whole freaking book of why this company has failed to do what they were supposed to do, and then they have, you know, Better Business Bureau is like, well, this is why we exist, and they file it, and it just goes into a number, and a number that works against them, the company that's stressing you out, not Better Business Bureau. They just file it and scamming you. Sometimes they're just legit trying to scam you, these companies. Vino says, like I was telling Drifty the other day, that's why I love being a Verizon customer. They're super expensive, but their customer service is good. It's so good, I stay. I like being treated like a human. I have not dealt with Verizon in a long time. I would say when I was working at a radio station, I got a Verizon phone, and the guy kind of scammed me. So I've had a sour taste in my mouth with Verizon, and I haven't given them a second chance because I got scammed. I ended up paying like $500 and something for a shitty phone and a terrible plan, and I was locked in, and it wasn't good service at all. And so I don't really, it's been over a decade, so I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let that one slide, but $20 super chat from Corey Davis saying they won't get the message unless you act like it in words. So now I just act like it. Now I deal with too many people to be wasting my time. So now I just got to act a certain way to get it done. I hate doing it, but it's what it is. I know, Corey, isn't that a damn shame? Isn't it a damn shame that we have to resort to doing that to get any kind of results? It sucks, and I agree with you, but that's what it is. This is the world we live in. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. As far as internet service providers, I would say Spectrum is pretty good customer service. We've had varied results with their actually delivery of service. Typically, it's pretty good. I would say it's actually, on average, it's second best that I've ever had. And I've had maybe a dozen internet companies. So that's pretty good. Second best isn't bad. First best was Cox Communications in California. They were just top notch. Never had an issue. Never. In 2 years, I had 300 down and 30 up. This was like years ago. And they just came in. They gave me all the equipment. They set it up for me. They wired it up. It took like 20 minutes. And then I had internet and then like once every 30 days and once every 45 days, it would go down for an hour and it'd be like maintenance, but that was nothing. And I didn't have any drop connections. It was like just top notch. Cox Communications, big thumbs up, best ISP I've ever had. But that was a few years ago. Spectrum, mixed bag. I would say overall thumbs up. Their customer service makes up for their, I mean, we're paying for 400 down and we're only getting 200. So sometimes it goes to 250, but it never goes past that. And so you're not getting that full thing that they're advertising, but I don't give a shit because our upload is above 20 constantly now. And we made that very well known to them. So I would say Spectrum, good job. Thank you for doing good, mostly really good. Good customer service. All the people we've dealt with, barring maybe one, was really fantastic. Really, really fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing how much good customer service can have an impact on your view of a company. Even if their like service isn't the greatest, their customer service being great is awesome. And then the opposite is true. They can provide a perfect service, terrible customer service, and you hate them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It really does make a big impact, the level of customer service that a company has. Mm-hmm. And when people have a good experience with someone who's trying to help them solve the problem, they love that company a lot more. And they will be emotional with their purchases in the future. And that's good for a company.
Yeah. It's very true.
Okay. We went off on a little mobile tangent and talking about all kinds of stuff. Having a good time here. It's good to be streaming. I love streaming. I feel like this is such a blessing to be able to live stream and talk to people live on the air. If you would have told me that I would be doing this 20 years ago, I'd be like, that sounds amazing, and I don't think I'd ever be able to do something like that. Not because like I couldn't do it technically, it's because I didn't think it would be possible for me to be in a situation where I would have that privilege, because it's definitely a privilege to be able to stream.
Absolutely. It definitely is.
Let's do some story. I'm going to do some story. Maybe we make a tavern. Did I already do the tavern? I haven't done the tavern. I'm going to make like a barkeep, and I'm going to wing it, and I'll change it if I need to. And then once I think it's good enough, I'll voice act it as well. Frontier. I've never had Frontier, but I'm not looking to be a Frontier customer. Basically, because the packages they offered when we were looking at different things weren't up to snuff. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of the Verizon service that I had in California at my dad's house. It was like 15 megabit down and 1 megabit up. It was like ridiculously slow and awful. It's like, where are we? Like, we're in the desert, but like, holy shit, this is very slow. Pogalatte says, yes, I'm here trying to take advantage on the motivation your stream gives people. Hey, that's good. If you can find this stream helpful in any way, that's amazing, and that's what it's about. If this can bring you any inspiration, you got to use all the inspiration you can get to keep going, because it's so hard to make a game. It really is. Making a video game even a board game, making any game really is such a difficult task because you've got to do so many different things. It's very asking of a person to, you know, to wear all of the hats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of them never get done because it's just so much to do.
Yep. Sterling says that it inspired me to exercise. Hey, that's really good. Yeah, you should. When you get up in the morning, just get your heart rate going. Whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't mean you have to do jumping jacks and push-ups like I do. You can do sit-ups, you can do push-ups, you can do jumping jacks, you can do pull-ups, you can do just, you know, jogging, you can go for a walk. Whatever it is to get your heart rate up, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes even. Just spend 5 to 10 minutes, you know, stretching and then doing a little bit of exercise, and it's going to make your day so much better. You're going to think faster, you're going to be able to articulate better. It's just going to improve your overall ability and probably help you live longer in the long run.
And jump higher.
And jump higher, unless you're white like me. Just kidding. I can jump okay, all right? Look, I ain't going to go dunk on someone, but I can I'll lay up. Whoop. Backboard. Vino says, I want Elon Musk to finish his Skynet. I know, that'd be cool, huh? So some super advanced AI can download the interwebs to my stuff really fast. Or maybe it takes over the world. But at least I'd have good net speeds. That's what really matters, right, Kiara? Yeah, I think it'd be good for me to narrate and story gate at the beginning, because it's too open. That'll let me balance better if I know the fights the player's going to have to face. So let me create a new map. I will do that very quickly and easily. Inside backdrops, file new. And we'll call this one backdrop _ tavern. Did I already make a tavern backdrop? I did. Cancel. What is this tavern? This isn't the tavern. This is the inn. This is the inn. The backdrop inn. That's a typo. I think I wanted to make a tavern and I saw this and I changed my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, we need an inn. Blah, 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 blah. Let me edit this to say the old inn. And then I will. That might have been the thing that was stopping me. I was just kind of confused on that. New. Backdrop tavern. And dimensions 27 by 15, I think. Let's set a parallax to backdrop. I might have to make another backdrop. Well, I'm using standard HD, so it won't be too hard to make that happen. Let's just do that right now. Let's create a new one. And I'll say, let's make this 1280 by 720. That's standard high definition. Hair. Shishi is saying, I'm currently getting the old sprites together to remake, so I'm gonna do it. Nice. I'm gonna place in bed some artwork from the RPG Maker defaults and use them in a way that they weren't intended, because that's always fun. When you take like a battle background and use it as the backdrop to a map. Why not, right? Technically, it's still default. It's just repurposed default. This one could work as a tavern floor. Let's place this one down. Kind of want this to be centered. Let me scroll out a bit. It's not centered. Oh, darn it. Let's try again. That'll be fine. That's close enough. Only people with extreme OCD would even notice or care. It kind of looks, it looks straight enough. Now I'm looking for a tavern, like an inside to a tavern, maybe like some kind of bar. The fort too, I mean, I could put them in a fort. I'm obviously going to change the story to work with the resources that I have. Tent? Wood floor and a tent? I don't know about that. This is outside of a town. Tower, maybe? Tower? Wood floor tower? I mean, it not quite taverny. Maybe that's why I decided to go with an inn. When I wanted a tavern initially, I couldn't find good art for it. Let's see this one. This is room 2. This is like the inside of a room again. It's not quite right. It's not quite what I want it to be. Let me look for something else. I'll have to change my story. It won't be a tavern. It's going to be something else. You're going to wake up in like a crystal cavern or something. Change of plan based on resources available. Because we're trying to make a game here. We're not trying to just draw a bunch of stuff. So we're going to make this completely different. I'm going to delete this layer here and put a new layer underneath it. Place something underneath here. Place some kind of crystal tower. Not tower, crystal thing. Crystal. That'll be good. I mean, this backdrop is pretty darn cool. Anyway, I definitely like it. So let's go ahead and use that. And you know what I could do since I have it in Photoshop is I can change the hue if I wanted to. I can make it look completely different and people will be like, oh, that's not default. But then, you know, the keen eye will be like, yeah, it's definitely just changed. They just changed the color on it. Let's make it kind of purpley. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Never use the lightness on the hue saturation. It's a terrible way of lighting. If you actually want to do lighting, you should use exposure. Or, actually, no, that's not the one. Shit. Levels, is it? No, brightness and contrast. This is the one. It just does, it like renders it with a different algorithm. It just looks better. Okay, there we go. We've got our custom background, right? It's default, but it's changed. It's modified default. I like that. Is there really no tavern battle back? I feel like that is a necessity. I know. Someone should make that. There needs to be a tavern battle back. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Place embed.
There's DLC, but you have to pay for it.
Is there?
Yeah.
Are there?
Yeah.
Maybe worth?
The name of
I have
it.
to look at it.
There's one DLC type that has a lot of different battle backs in like a pack. It's got a bunch of different types of arts.
Interesting. Cool. Let me save this as a PNG. We're going to put this not in battle backs, but in parallaxes. And I will call it backdrop underscore crystal cave. Remember, we're using PNGs. Otherwise, it won't read it. Because you need that alpha data. Always choose to do the slow save when you're making art for your game to make the smallest file size. I'm not saying you need to really compress your art, but for optimization purposes, if you can make them smaller in size, that'll load faster and be better when you're rendering a lot of things quickly, especially if you're running like parallel processes and stuff. Vino says 100% OCD perfection or bust. I am disappointed it's not pixel perfect. Oh, I'm sorry. I do my best. I try. I know I fail a lot. I am a mountain of failure. But maybe I can learn lessons and be better because of it. Let's put this in the game. All I have to do is close and open it again. I believe it should just work. And it does. Beautifuls. Much big, beautiful wows. And we won't call it Tavern because we just don't have a tavern. Let's call it Backdrop Crystal Cave. Let's petition Gotcha Games to make a Tavern DLC. Or no, you just add it. Just add it to the game. We need to add the Tavern. Backdrop Crystal Cave. That should be default. You should have a tavern thing. Like, that just comes with it. Tavern or bust. Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. He says, Drift, I got a battle back I'm going to send you right fast. Tell me what you think and what you can do with it. Okay. Is it on Discord? Let me get Discord. Boom. All right. Eagerly waiting. Let me know. Hit me up. Bet. Let me save the project. I guess I can region restrict this as well and let the player walk around, even though I'm not sure I really even want the player to. It wouldn't hurt if I did put some region restrictions on here and let the player just, oops, I want this selected. Let the player just, you know, ski-doodle around a bit. Skimmery-dinky-dinky-dink, you know what I'm saying? Do some skimmery-doos. Skimmery rinky dinky donk. Badonka donk donk. Skimmery dinky doo. Nah, I'm gonna just not let him go up there. Like, just right there. Even, nah, I guess that's fine. Just like, pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom, boom, boom. I need to learn. I learned the other day that I can use a looper on my TC Helicon performance pedal thing. And so when I was trying to do that rap, I'm so stupid. I could have like made a kick and snare thing by pressing buttons, but I just don't know how to use it fully. I have an idea of how to use some of it, and some of it I have no idea. So I need to watch a tutorial. I was going to do that. I need to watch a tutorial on this, how to use my kick snare looper so that I can just do a quick loop and then bust a flow when I'm given lyrics. It's on the to-do list. It's just another thing to do. I just have I want sticky notes in the background. It's just Palpatine going, "Do it." So it's like reminder sticky notes, but it's just a picture of Palpatine like blended into the background. Do it! Okay, so let's make a storyline. Yeah, let's do something. You're weekend and you encounter some toxic ooze in the sewers, and now you're a mutant. No, that's already done, like 30 years ago. Starting. Oh, we'll call it Crystal. Nope. Intro. We've already done the intro. Whatever. It's a name to an event. It doesn't matter. We need more dining rooms for those Thanksgiving family nights. We need a tavern, man. The default stuff should come with a tavern. I want to petition them to put tavern battlebacks, battlebacks and something else. Tavern battlebacks, yeah. Because a lot of fights happen in a bar. That's just a thing that happens in RPGs. What do I gotta do to get a tavern? Buy the DLC. What am I doing? Parallel. Auto run. We're gonna do an auto run. And it will say something like, it's just a narrator, right? It's the mysterious man. I forgot which face I was using for the Mysterio man. This guy. It's just this like mysterious narrator. What did I call him? Mystery man? Mystery man. Mysterious figure. Sounds cooler. Mysterious. No, it's just gonna say narrator. Narrator. Is that how you spell narrator? Let me Google spell check. Spell. Narrator.
I don't think
That is
so.
not it, no.
No.
It's just narrator.
narrator.
Yeah. It's narrator. It's narrator.
I've always mispronounced narrator.
The narrator?
Yeah, I've always said narrator.
You saw how I said it and
There's a
pronounced
few of
it.
our streams where I'm saying narrator repeatedly.
A person who narrates something, especially a character who recounts the events of a novel or narrative poem. He's just going to be a narrator. You awaken on a boat. No, I'm just kidding. Opening your eyes. You find yourself... Here, I'll do a word wrap as well. Word wrap. Opening your eyes, you find yourself squinting at the unexpected brightness of a usually dark cave. Crystals illuminate the expansive chasm. Hey, did you see that? Did you see what I did there with the chasm? In which... I guess that could be a complete sentence. Crystals illuminate the expansive chasm. Not every sentence needs to be long and have a bunch of commas in it. That's what she said. You are naked and alone. That's hot. You are naked and alone, unsure of how you arrived. I think got here is like more on the level. Unsure of how you got here. What do you do? And then I'll present the player with choices that won't be arbitrary at all. I'm still, hold up. I've been looking. I've got it open, Corey. I've got this, I got Discord. I'm waiting for that battle back if you have it. Is it a tavern? If not, it's cool. I'm just... Word warp sounds more exciting though. Yeah, it does. Word wrap, not word warp. Did I say word warp? Yep. Like a boss. Word wrap. Thank you guys. Thank you. That's why live streaming is so much better. Coda555, how you doing? What's up, man? He says, what about battle system like Xenogears or Legend of Legaia? Legend of Legaia had such a cool battle system. Oh, man. I liked it. You had like these, you combined different techniques and stuff. I would love to do a battle system like that, but you know, it'll take too much time to really get it right and smooth. I'll wait for someone to make a plugin on it, and then I'll just like ride the thunder of that plugin. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the more productive way to go about doing this. Naked and Alone, Legends of Clickwood 2020. Was nudity confirmed? Not yet. There's no nudity yet, okay? I plan to make this safe for work. This is a safe for work game. No nudity yet. And I think you can still have it safe for work with some nudity if you're clever enough.
If it's educational.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about... Never mind. A+ mods, hey, how you doing? Make it, I'll buy it. No, I can't make that plugin, man. I don't have the time, patience, or dedication. You know, it takes a lot of dedication to make a plugin, like a battle system plugin like that. I think plugin developers are undervalued and underappreciated in our community, and I don't envy them at all. I feel sorry for them, because damn. All that work to be shit on. They're definitely the unsung heroes of RPG Maker. All the plugin devs. What do you do? It's actually a question mark. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me copy this so I don't have to do his name again. Oh, wait, actually, it's fine. I'm gonna do a show choice. Show choice. Let's say, look around for clothing. Look around for shelter. Well, I mean, you're in a cave. I would say look for an exit. Look around, look for an exit. Look around for clothing. Look for shelter. No, what the fuck? I was not gonna do shelter. Look for an exit. Yeah, look for an exit. And so I'm gonna give the player the option to find their gear and leave, or just leave without getting their gear. They'll be simple choices, but they will matter. You'll get items, or you won't. Corey Davis says, sent you something, bank is tripping. Oh, gosh. I'm always worried about, like, making big purchases, because, like, banks don't want you to spend your money.
No, they don't.
They don't like you spending your own money.
They really don't.
They hate it. They think it's theirs, and they get mad when you spend it. Thank you. Let me check. Let me make sure I check that. Just there we go. Corey Davis has sent. Let me click on it. So, because sometimes, or you know what? It doesn't. I never click on emails at all. So I'll just do it manually. Oh my god, I've been selected to apply? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
okay.
Congratulations.
I've been selected to apply.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Corey Davis sends me $20 on Super Chat, or no, on even better, PayPal, because then it just goes straight to me mostly. 99% goes to me this way. Appreciate that donation. Let me put this in Wall of Heroes. Let me proofread it first. Oh no, you did. You must have deleted it? That sucks. YouTube won't let you send this message for some reason. Don't worry, it's going to come through, Corey. We're going to make sure this message comes through. Let's get the Wall of Heroes. Boom, boom. This is the message that Corey is trying to send. He was trying to, thank you for the $20, appreciate it. He said, I must have deleted it. It was a set of pictures I took in a cave where I had to deliver a load of cheese to. It looks like a mining cave, and shit, my G, it would have made a good battle back. I can't believe I deleted it. YouTube won't let me send this message for some reason. I don't know, YouTube's being YouTube. Thank you so much for the $20. I like that better than a $20 super chat, because we get 99%, not 64%. Of course, every now and then we got to have the lower super chats. That way YouTube is happy with us. They get paid for doing whatever the hell they do. Hosting, just letting it happen. Easy money. Gosh, they can make easy money. YouTube makes easy money. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I am totally for using real life pictures and putting like filters on them and putting them in your game with filters. That sounds like a cool idea. I was looking at some Victorian era style houses, and I was thinking to myself, if we were to take pictures of these houses and then just like put filters over the real life picture, it might actually look pretty damn cool as a backdrop or something, or parallax map. So I want to do some sort of variance and give people replayability. So I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna do a variable and roll some random stuff, and this will be random. I mean, I have a lot of random numbers, and I don't need to have this many variables. But guess what? You know, we already live in an age where you can have a lot of variables, and it's not going to really change a lot. If it helps you think of it straighter and keep things clearer, it's probably better that you use extra variables. Even if it would make it more optimal to use one for everything, it's not necessary anymore. It's really not. I mean, if you're trying to pack it into a tiny little mobile game, you might want to use less variables, but you really don't have to. Really don't have to anymore. The most optimized code is not always the best code either. That's another, fallacy. People think, oh, there's less lines of code, it must be better. Not true. Not really. I mean, there's a lot of cases where less is more, less is better, more optimized. But just because it's less lines of code doesn't mean it's more optimized. And you have to think about what helps you as a dev as well. Does this help you think of it better if you have 2 variables when you could use 1? If it helps you process and understand how your own system works, especially a year from now when you're trying to fix bug reports you got, maybe you want to use 2 variables. You know what I'm saying? There. I rest my case, Your Honor. Mic drop. Random awards. That's what I'm going to call this one. And I'll use this one for multiple things. YouTube in 2009 operating at a net loss, losing $174 million a year. YouTube in 2019 making ballpark. Whoa, that's a lot of zeros. Hold up. $20 billion a year. So they went from losing $174 million to gaining $20 billion a year. And I know it's a lot has to do with super chats, because they just make 35% of all super chats for what the fuck do they do at that point? I mean, I don't know. They're making hella money, according to the New York Times. So I believe it.
Oh yeah,
I believe it. I'm glad you listen. Don't get me wrong. I am happy that YouTube is doing very well. I want them to succeed. I want them to do better. But I'll tell you one thing: as my numbers go up, my ad revenue stays the same. It doesn't make sense, really. How do I make less money over time based on just ad revenue when the numbers and watch times goes up? So I make more views, more people click, my rating, everything, watch time goes up, all the stats go up, but my revenue stays about the same or a little bit down for AdSense revenue. So I don't fucking understand how they can keep tightening the noose around our neck. They need to pay people more. That's what I'm thinking. You need to pay YouTubers more money. If it wasn't for super chats and donors, it would be hard to do any of this. It would be near impossible if it wasn't for Patreon and generous donors.
Yeah, I agree.
YouTube streamers need a union? Oh yeah, but they don't want that. You even talk about union, they'll shut your channel down. I'm scared to say the word union.
You're tagged now.
Yep, tagged. This video will now be demonetized and yellow flagged and suppressed just because we said union. I do feel like the noose just gets tighter and tighter, and your chances of making it on YouTube are slimmer and slimmer and slimmer and slimmer and slimmer every year, every single year. Because it doesn't make sense to me, like monetarily, the rates that you get. And it's not like I have a terrible CPM, but the amount that you see, it doesn't like reflect properly. Like how does it, I don't want to get into the numbers. In fact, I can't really get into the numbers because I think it is a policy violation if I go in and show you all my numbers. So I don't want to do that. But I can speak in general terms. Well, Sirlinga, at that point, it was pretty shitty service, and they never got paid. And the way that it worked, it was like friends sending videos. It was like a Discord, you know. People would send videos of them doing silly stuff, or tutorials were real big, and it was just to teach people. And it didn't have the same mainstream marketplace as it does now. It used to be an indie thing, and it very quickly became mainstream, and currently is very mainstream. Haha, that's hot. Right? I mean, am I right? Am I wrong here? I think I'm right here. Vino says they even showed out how out of touch they are with their oh yeah, their year review is just like what are they even like? Where is it? Where's their mind? You know, it's the thing is about making as much money for the company as possible. And look, they're doing a good job. They're making good money, and I'm glad they're making good money. But I think they need to support their creators more and less mainstream shit. I don't understand the trending tab. They say it's like whenever a creator is performing better than one of their videos just does better. It doesn't mean whoever gets the most views. It's like whoever's doing better than their average video. But I mean, you can see a lot of people have like viral video. Well, viral is a terrible word, but like a video that performed like 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 times better than their average. They don't really make it to trending. You still see the same shit. These TV shows and late night shows and mainstream for all this. But this is a conversation that has been going on for 2 years now. People have been saying the same shit for 2 years, so I don't want to beat this dead horse anymore, really. Sirlinga says, I showed my numbers and no one yelled at me. Is your channel monetized? Sirlinga says, there are 3 parts of optimized code: memory, processing load, and code size. Well, yeah, absolutely. A+ mods. If you can pay your bills with what you do, then you're going to do it better. You're going to invest in that for sure. And I don't know how anyone's paying bills on AdSense. That ain't happening. AdSense is not enough. It's like it's literally AdSense. That's how it is for AdSense. No, it's. Sorry, I'm reading here. It's a flopping horse. It still has muscle spasms beyond death. I'm not sure what we're talking about. What it is here. I'm just referring to it. Water Star Drop. I remember there was a lot of creative stuff people were making and they weren't even getting paid too. But those people were less into YouTube for the money and are doing it for the fun back then. Well, it wasn't just for the fun. It was also because it was exciting to get feedback from people. And once you establish an audience, you can do a lot of things with that audience, whether it be hosting giant servers for for games. And, you have a huge player base of people to play games with. That's always a fun thing. As a kid, it's like, I want people who are into the games that I'm into, and I don't know anyone who's into the shit that I'm into. So when you find that audience online that are into the things you're into, you feel like you're connected to the world better, and it helps you like mentally feel like you're not alone and you're not a weirdo. You're not like a person who's just an outcast or a black sheep, because growing up, a lot of us feel like we don't belong anywhere, and it really takes finding a community online to feel like we belong somewhere. And so there's power to that. There's a lot of power to that, and I think that's the initial draw, and for myself too. I started out and I wasn't worried about the money because I had 3 jobs at the time. I was working retail, I was working at some vape shop, I was working as a teacher at a music school. Like, I was doing stuff for money, and I was doing fine. But I started doing YouTube because I felt like I didn't belong in any of the places that I was. And I felt like I had no people that I really talked to, and I was very alone. And so I was reaching out with YouTube, trying to find a community of people who liked the nerdy, dumb shit that I liked. And luckily, there's enough of you out there who like this nerdy shit and working on games. And I grew up in an era, and I'm not old. I'm 36, but so I don't think I'm old, but I grew up in an era where things were much different. And if you played video games, you were a dumbass and you were a nerd and you're never going to get anywhere. And you're wasting your life away. And so you deal with this stigma and you kind of start to believe it after a while, because then you see, well, there's no money. I'm not making any money doing it. But you start to feel outcast. And so I think it was natural to try to create a community for me. I think if you put a certain person in a situation and you line up all of these variables, people are going to behave a certain way no matter who they are. If you put a person in this situation with these things that are put against them, or these things that are given to them to raise them up or bring them down, people, no matter who they are, where they come from, they're going to behave in a similar way. Of course, you're going to have like up and downs. Marlon C, he says, "Fuck yeah, preach." Kiera says, "Oh, I got bullied hard in school because of that nerd stigma." I believe it. Yeah, me too. Lethal Yarn says, "Yeah, it's weird how gaming and anime is a lot more mainstream now when it was something you were outcasted or picked on for." Absolutely. For real. Like, now people, you say you're into anime and people are like, "Oh, that's cool." But back then they're like, "Oh, you fucking nerd, you're a weeb, you're dumb, you're wasting your money on those comics," or whatever, whatever their thing was. They were just trying to find an audience of people who believed, who liked what they liked, who were into what they were into. And that's why YouTube established, is like you were able to connect to people in a way that would, build a community, and you can feel like you belonged. And it really boils into feeling like you belong somewhere. $5 super chat from Corey Davis saying, "Don't feel bad, Drift. I have never belonged belong no matter what but I can't help but do my own thing. Hey, you've made something very good of a very bad situation. So you're doing all right, Corey. I think it's gonna be all right. You're doing you, man. And hey, you're here with us. You know, we grew up feeling like we didn't belong in our shit. You feel like you didn't belong in your shit. Now we can not belong together. Something like that. Thank you again for the donations. Appreciate it. Helps paying the bills, man. You're awesome, dude. Appreciate you. Serlinga, Drifty, check your blood pressure. Sure, it's higher than Jumpy Jack's. No, I feel good, man. I don't think my blood. I feel pretty zen right now, really. $2 super chat from Corey. He wanted to say he spent $2 to tell you, Corey, you belong here in this community. So there you go. There you go. What was I doing? I was gonna do something random stuff. So let's just let's roll a number. I guess 1 to 100. 1 to 100. That's easy to factor into that. You know, it helps me understand percentages. Let's just go with three different things. No, 2 different things. Yeah, 2 different outcomes. You'll either find a weapon. No, I'm gonna start the player with a weapon. Okay, so they're all gonna start with but then I have to. I'm gonna change some stuff. I don't like the whole you wake up naked thing because I've already set the game up, and I'm trying to minimize the amount of retrace steps. You are alone and cold, unsure of how you even got here. What do you do? And so we'll change the option. So instead of look around for clothing, you can look around for what? I want to give them the option to do something. Look around for something. That girl on the background, is that Visualstella? Wait, are you talking about my wife, T?
Huh?
Kota555 says that girl on background, is that Visualstella?
What background?
You mean my co-host? This is T. I found her on the internet, and I said, I'm going to marry this girl. And I was in California, and she met me, and she's like, I'm going to marry this boy.
Yeah.
And then so she flew to California, and then I packed up everything I can fit in my Chevy, and we drove across the country, and now I live in New York. Mm-hmm. And then, we got married, and then we had a baby.
We did.
It's not Visualstella. That's a group of people, very talented and very, very awesome people, and they do art, they do all kinds of cool stuff, lots of programming, they do plugins. So that's Visualstella, but T is not affiliated with Visualstella officially.
I found her on the internet.
2020. Technically, she found me, though.
I was going to say it's not completely accurate because I hunted him down. I wanted him to play my game. Yeah. It's like so many other people have.
Look around for love. Look around for... What are we looking around? We wake up in a crystal cave, and we're not naked. I took that out. So we have a couple of things on us, but we're like, how did we get here? We're going to either look for an exit or look for a... Help me out. We can end the stream if I can find the answer to this.
Yo mama.
Look around for your mama. Look around for your mama. I mean, it could work, but it doesn't make sense for me to give them items for that.
Your backpack.
Yeah. Look around for your backpack. I love it. Thank you, T. Mm-hmm. You're so helpful. I love you.
I love you too.
Look around for your backpack and look for an exit. We'll default to have them looking for your backpack to say, hey, you want to look for some extra items before you leave.
Yeah.
I hunted him down. Oh my god. She literally stalked me. She literally
No,
stalked
I did,
me.
absolutely, because there was no way in heck I was going to drive with my tiny little butt out there or
Yeah.
fly a plane 3,000 miles away from home and not internet stalk this guy.
Yeah, she had to be
I knew
sure
where
I
he
was
graduated. I knew his family's names, Facebooks. Like, I knew where he lived. I looked at his house with a damn satellite before I went out there, okay? And I would do it again.
It isn't true love unless someone hunts you down, says Lethal Yard. All right, so we're rolling a variable to see what the player gets, and we'll run a conditional just to see if the random awards, we'll say have like you. I don't know, want to make it too hard to get. We'll say above 75, and if not, else above 33. Or greater than equal. Sorry, greater than equal 33. We need to make this greater than equal.
Meryl Claus says, wow, CIA is hiring T.
You know, there was a point where I thought she was an operative from like another country and phishing all my information, because I had to submit a lot of things to her to like do paperwork for moving.
Oh, yeah.
And
You had to
so
do a leap of faith.
I had to do a big
leap of faith.
Imagine the situation. You meet a person, and then a month later, they're asking you for your social security number. They're asking you for a birth certificate. They're asking for your driver's license number.
I asked him to send me all that stuff.
Yep. And I was so sweating bullets at this point.
His tax returns.
Tax returns.
I asked for those too.
So everything to steal my identity. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a panic moment where I was like, "Am I doing something stupid? Am I gonna get whacked? Am I gonna get whacked? And someone's gonna steal my identity?" And
Yeah.
but yeah,
No,
it works
it was
out.
all in the up and up. It was legit.
It works out.
I got scared when I was out in California too. I was like,
Yeah.
what have I done? Why
She's
am
like,
I here?
Oh, I gotta get some air. And she's like, she started to run and she almost passed out.
It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing meeting somebody online. Not gonna lie.
No, it is, yeah. So let's see. If they look around and they roll, 1 out of 4, there's a 25% chance that they'll get something really good. Let's find an item. Maybe I've already got an item. Maybe I don't. Change items. A loot bag. I don't know what that even gives you. Let's say a loot bag. We get a loot bag and some money. 100 coins. We can make that a variable amount of gold too. I like that. Okay, let's do that. I think MZ made that easier actually, so I'll see what I can do. And definitely want to give some potions. Three potions. A $5 super chat from Corey Davis saying, I wonder if I will ever find love. Aw. I don't know, Corey. Maybe. You gotta just, if you're looking for it, I wasn't looking for it. That's the thing. I wasn't looking for love.
Me neither.
It just kind of happened at that moment.
I was strictly, I'm not willing to date anybody. That's the zone I was in when I met Drifty.
I had just broken up about a year and a half, 2 years ago from a relationship that I was in for like 4 years. So I was not in a hurry to get into a relationship. But it just, after talking, for months and months, it just kind of drove me crazy. I had to be with her.
Just ask them for their social security number.
That's all you got to do. Just ask them for their social, and then it's love. Make sure you get birth certificate and tax returns too. You have to get all of it, or it doesn't count. What do I have here? We got a loot bags, 3 potions, and 100 gold. Let's copy this and put this here. And then otherwise they would just get 3 potions. So no matter what, you're going to get 3 potions. Credit card number is also good. I would have been a little sus at that one if she asked for my credit card number. True love, be a sugar daddy. So for the gold, change gold. Yeah, we can have it be a variable number. we'll have it be the random awards number. Because we're already using that. So instead of 100, we'll have it the random awards one. Copy this, paste that. And then we'll do a show text. It will say, you've obtained item. Is it /item now? Oh, come on, I gotta remember this. It's just item now, right? I believe you have my item. Color index, icon index. I have to look at my database. Potions is 1, right? No, it's not. It's 7. It's 7. Item 7. You've obtained 3x items. And we're going to do a variable. It's still V, right? If I type in for variable. Wait, does it tell you if you just like hold it or you hover? /V for variable. Right. Okay, cool. It does. Very nice. Very nice. Which one is random awards? It is variable number 15. So we're going to say variable number 15 amount of /G for gold. Exclamation. Always exclamation when they open something. Like, you found this! You got this! You just kind of got to put that hype in there. We're also going to do some animations on the player. So let's just do... No, actually, we can do the animation as soon... Whatever the rewards are, just right here above it. So we only have to do it once. Change animation, or actually show animation. On the player, we'll give some kind of... We'll make one. Let's make one real quick, because it's part of a good stream. Making an animation. Wait for that to be completed. This is 168. Let's make animation for finding something. This one. Yep, we'll do this one. And I'm going to make it go at 900% speed! And in 10% scale. No, that's stupid. Sorry. 50 and 400. Hey, that's pretty good. Pretty good. 300. What about that? Nope, 350. Yeah, cool. Offset unnecessary. We'll call it... We need a sound effect. I put in some of my own sound effects. I made that with an ukulele. Not quite right with that sound effect. Bolt. That's my rusty. I made that on the guitar.
Your character is starving.
Hey, we could just make it a note. An E flat. I don't know. Maybe not. That's pretty good start sounding effect. Let's do another little or something. Ooh, that's exactly what the heck. That was amazing. It's amazing. It's kind of long though. That's what she said. Yeah, it's too long. Let's go to a wind. That's better. Or water. And one more. Just like a happy sound. That's not a happy sound. That'll work. I don't know about this one. Let's find another one that's not so... I mean, that's pretty cool, the revive one. Maybe it's too fast. Let's do 250. Yeah, that's all right. We'll just call it got item. There we go. We made a cool little anim. $2 super chat from Level Up Design. 23 people have missed the like button. What? Smash that like button. Thank you, Level Up Design. Hey, guys, he makes a lot of videos. He's a cool guy.
Your avatar reminds me of Star Trek. Looks like a Star Trek
Beam
dude.
me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
Let's just start the player here and look at the event. We have to copy this in here and then in here as well. Here you just gain potions. Oh, so that one's right. I need to update this. You've obtained a loot bag, comma, 3 of these and that. I can put the item in as well. So instead of just saying a loot bag, I can do item and then put the number of the item. So let's put the number of the item in, which would be item 1, 2. Let's do item 2. And this one will be edited to just say 3 potions. So if you just get the potions, then you got the bad roll. You've obtained 3 potions. Hey, there you go. And what we're going to do is assume the player will find an exit after looking for their stuff. Because I don't want to present them with an option where they only have one option. So you get to either go straight to an exit or you look for items, you get items, and then you exit. Now, it's like, do your choices matter? Yeah, because you're going to get items or not. You know, if you just want to hurry to get out, then you don't get the items. This is a simple one. Thank you, Kuroyuki Dev. Maybe all this stuff better to do in common events? Nah, because this is a one-time start event. You're not going to come through here and get this multiple times. Nah, this is just an auto run for this thing. So no matter what happens at the end, we're going to show text, and the narrator will pop in from time to time to explain things that's happening. It's like you're in a campaign and this is the DM. After finding your stuff, you notice an exit and head toward it. Wait, should I? I don't know. I don't like so much telling the player that they had to do this or they did that. I kind of just want to give the player the option. Okay, you found your stuff. Now what do you want to do? Right? And then if they want to exit the cave, they'll just exit the cave. So let's not tell them that they exit the cave. I'll say, after finding your stuff, you notice an exit to... You notice some light. We'll just assume that the player will have to determine that we'll make it so that the player might have to determine that is an exit. Blah, 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 blah. After finding your stuff, you notice a gleaming light emanating from a corner of this cave. You also see in the opposite direction a descending stone structure, probably a way down deeper, that's what she said, into the crystal cave. So we're going to start the player off, and they could either get out of the cave or go down deeper into the cave And I want to present the player with the option to do whatever they want. It's really hard to make games like this because you have to account for all the possibilities, and it will never be the same as like being at a table with someone who can make stuff up on the fly, but it will be my best representation of me DMing a game for you or something like that. What's this game called? It's just Drift Clicker RPG. Maybe I'll rename it before it gets released. Hopefully it'll be a finished project. I really want it to be. I don't want the scope to be very high. I want it to be a little narrative adventure that you can maybe have fun with for half an hour or an hour, you know, something like that. And if it becomes something bigger, that's great. But my goal is to make it something very small, achievable, attainable, and something that can be finished, basically. Deeper into the dungeon. I know where the game is. So at this point, I can also copy this. Boom. When you say, if you just skip looking for your stuff, it'll just say you notice, blah, 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 the rest of it. So instead of after finding your stuff, we just delete that part. We'll just say, oop, that won't work. Let's try this again. Nope, yep. You notice a gleaming light emanating from the corner, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure there's typos and stuff, and I'll fix this. Once it's all fixed up and we like the story, I'll do some voice acting. I want to voice act the entire narrator. So, yeah, and I would like it to be read kind of at a quick speed, too. I don't know, I have a lot of ideas, but we'll see what the end result is. Yeah, hopefully. Thank you, Kuro. I mean, we'll see how it goes. At this point, I just want to see how this plays out. So I'll transfer event now after this. Oh, no, we show choices, right? So we're going to show choices. Head towards the light. Head towards the dark. Simple. And to the light will take you out of the cave, and to the dark will take you deeper into the cave. You could roll a die instead of giving the character a choice, so once finding some stuff, no, I don't want to do that, Sir Lenga. I mean, I could just streamline that if I wanted to. The point is to give them choices, so they feel like they have some agency. That's the ultimate goal. The player has to feel like their choices are going to matter, and what they decide to do will determine things. And I'm going to make sure that to never present a choice that makes no difference, or say what the player does, without giving them some say on it. Yeah. I just noticed that the right channel was just a hair lower than the others. I hope that wasn't a big deal. Blah, 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 blah. Should be fine. Anyway, head towards the light, head towards the dark. This choice will apply to both situations here. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of nesting stuff going on, but it'll be fine. To be a Sith Lord or a Jedi Knight. I wonder if some people will look at this as like their alignment, and it's the beginning of the game. They have to decide. Nah, it's literally, do you want to get out of the cave or do you want to go deeper in the cave? That's how it'll work for now. So if they head towards the light, we'll just, I don't think we need to narrate that. We'll narrate when they get to the next point. I don't want it to be too word heavy. We've given them some words, and we've given them choices. They make their choice and then do stuff. No more words at that point until they move to the next area. Then you describe the new thing they see. Never telling the player what the player did, but telling the player what's going on around them so that the player can decide what they want to do. Proud words that rarely hold up. All choices will matter. Yeah. That's the goal. I mean, every game has pointless things where it's like, do you want to rescue them? And he's like, yes or no. If you say no, I'm like, but I really need you to rescue them. Yes or no. You say no, but I really need you to rescue them. You just have to say yes. So why would you even present them with the option? Those are so annoying. Okay, so no text at this point. You just transfer the play. Yeah. And that'll be it. Well, oh, did we get disconnected? I think we got a buffer. Oh, it's Spectrum. It's Spectrum saying, it's time to go. What the hell is happening? Look at this. It says, live stream 143 of 243.
Wow.
How is YouTube being amazing again?
Yeah.
It's like stream is healthy, no data. 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 I'm sorry if it buffers.
It's running.
Yeah, that's so strange. We got a 1350 super chat from Assumed Identity. He says, "I'm late for work. Haha, bye. Thank you."
I see what you did there. Look at that. Look at that. It's evened out to
The chat revenue?
$100. Yep. It's a little OCD right there.
Ah, thank you so much, Assumed Identity. We appreciate that
Thank
super
you.
chat. Thank you very much. Brief 5 second lag. Yeah, I mean, we are at the mercy of Spectrum and YouTube and Google by proxy, since Google owns YouTube. But I feel like we've had a pretty good stream. We can call it here. We'll do a transfer event to somewhere else. Maybe the forest. So we'll transfer the player to the forest. They leave the cave. Oh no, they leave the crystal cave, and then they arrive in the regular cave. So they're like deeper. Oh no, this will be if they go. Hold up. This will be if they go down deeper into the darkness. Darkness. Player will be down here. So that will be the transfer event. Probably make a sound effect for that. And oh, wait, this is for if they go towards the dark. But if they go towards the light, then we'll do a different transfer event. To the light, they're going to actually... I need to make a map for it. I don't actually have the maps made. For now, I'm going to send them to the forest. But we'll change this so that they can come out of like a rocky mountainside. And then the mountainside will lead to the forest, which will lead to the town, and lead to the castle, and lead to blah, blah, blah. Each time along the way, giving them options of things to do. I'm going to add that to my game right now just because you said that. Cool. Love technology. Can still hear you. Like the stream buffered, but it didn't actually stop the audio.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I mean, a lot of the things that we watch, quote unquote, are basically just things we listen to while we're doing other things. I mean, for me, anyway. Okay, so that's probably good. Let's run through this event one time, and see where I've messed up anything. And then we'll just, we'll end it up. Opening your eyes, you find yourself squinting. Squinking?
Squinking.
Okay, I'm squinking over here.
I like squinking.
Squinking.
It sounds cute.
Hold up, this is not the chat. This is not the chat. Squinking. Squinting. Okay, that's one thing fixed. At the unexpected brightness of
my brain.
Of a usually dark unusually dark cave. That's kind of a word. I gotta fix that. The unexpected brightness of a usually dark cave. Crystals illuminate the expansive chasm. You are alone. I think instead of, and sometimes, I can say you're alone, but sometimes it is good to accentuate the are. You are alone and cold, unsure of how you even got here. What do? So you can look around for your backpack, or you can look for an exit. Let's look around for our backpack. You've obtained 3 potions and 57 silvers. So we got the middle outcome. We rolled up under a 75, but above a 33. After finding your stuff, you notice a gleaming light emanating from a corner of this cave. You also see in the opposite direction a descending stone structure, probably a way down deeper into the crystal cave. So you can head towards the light or head towards the dark. Let's go to the dark. And if you go to the dark, you go down deeper into this cave where you're like at the stone level or something. And then we'll make stuff happen right here where I can, with the enemy levels plugin, I'll be able to let the player go and be anywhere they want, while at the same time making enemies that match the area. Like thematically, and also getting their numbers to be okay. so that they're not super powerful or they don't wander into an area that's just way too strong for them. So I don't want that, like, oh, you can't even explore this area because the enemies will just smash you here. I kind of want them to, I want to let them go any which way direction at whatever level they want, and make sure the enemies are always just slightly challenging but kind of easy, and then the boss fights will be DPS checks. So maybe you'll give an option to, maybe we'll give an option to save at any point. And when you go to the bosses, they may be like way past your level because that's the damage check. That's the gatekeeper, your bosses. But your trash enemies, you should be able to level up on any zone. That's kind of what I want to go for. You guys get the idea. It's going to be a while before it's done, but I'll keep working on it. We're going to end the stream now. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Thank you to all the super chatters today and everybody who chimed in to say awesome good stuff. Assumed Identity, Level Up Design, Corey Davis, Vino, Brendan Lange, Brendan, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Love you, Corey. Love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to read the names off the chat and let you go. Thank you for being here, T. Love you, baby.
It's my pleasure.
And Electro Ninjas Lab, Polka Latte, Vino, Kiera, take care, guys. Sirlinga, Kupo Tepo, Eleanor the Dark, Shishi for the win. Thank you so much for tuning in. If I miss your name, that doesn't mean that I don't love you. That just means I missed your name, and I still appreciate you for being here. And if you don't want to say anything, that's super cool. I still appreciate you for running the stream in the background. It helps the numbers, and it definitely helps. So thank you so much. Polka Latte, Vino, Vero Claw, Assumed Identity, Sirlinga, Kuroyuki Dev Games. Thank you so much. Level Up Design, Polka Latte, Miss Lily 200. Some of the names will be repeated. Lethal Yarn. Hey, thank you so much. Coda 555. Thank you for tuning in. Water Star Drop. Kira. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys and girls. Marlon C. Thank you so much. I should have kept playing RPG Maker back in 2001. Yeah, I know the feeling, right? I mean, I did it as a little hobby back in the day, and I was like, I never thought it would be something that would make any money, or even like, you know, I would still be doing, you know, so long into the future. But I like where it's come. I like where it's at now. And I see that it has a bright future. It's on consoles now. A whole new generation of kids are asking me questions, and we have a bunch of people who don't even own PCs asking us questions. Mm-hmm. We do own a PS4. We do have an Elgato capture card. We haven't bought MV on the PS4, but it's available on the PS4. I have no desire to play an RPG Maker where I can't put in custom art and stuff. I can buy DLC on the console, but a lot of people, that's the only option they have, and they still would oh, I'll take it. You know, I'll take what I can get. I only have a PS4, but I definitely want to get this RPG Maker thing. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting a lot of PS4 questions too. Yeah. And that's really cool.
And the cool thing is that the basic tutorials that we've put out seem to work very well for the PS4.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Yeah, a lot of them work.
There's some differences as well as you can't do plugin commands because there's no plugins. Right. And you can't do script calls because it doesn't want it to mess up the engine or something, the game.
It's probably a different language.
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I really have no idea.
I don't have any idea either.
But maybe at some point, just to make it easier to teach people who are using the PS4, I don't know, we might attain a copy of it at some point. Corey Davis, thank you. Lethal Yarn, Kira, Marlon C, Vino, Corey Davis. I know I'm repeating names. I'm just kind of reading. Electro Ninjas Lab. I love all you guys. A+ mods. Hey, Jinx, gotcha.
It's not on Xbox as far as I know. It's on PS4. And the Switch.
It's on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. She, Assumed Identity, Miss Lily 200, A+ mods, Swiggle Latte, Vino, Kira. I'm looking for new names. Scrolling up. Who did I not mention yet? Who said something? And Eleanor the Dark. Hey, thank you so much, Eleanor. Appreciate you. Oh, here we go. Pierre Grabelar. I hear baby waking up. PC are the beginning and the end all. If with the new consoles, they are old tech. Yeah, as soon as you get them, they're already old tech, and then they slow them down. Like, I feel like the PS4 got way slower when they started releasing the PS5. When they started like doing the reveal, I noticed the software updates on the PS4 have like made the PS4 like a potato machine. And I swear to God, I'm not going to buy a PS5 because they're going to do the same shit with it. All I'm going to do is make another PC and put that next to the TV for people to watch, so that they can use a keyboard instead of a shitty controller to search for things. Because also the PS4 lost its USB compatibility to keyboards. The keyboard worked before the last software update, or the second to last software update on the PS4, and now it doesn't. It doesn't. They just want to make it like the tech isn't that old and that slow, but the software they put, the software updates they push, forced it to be slower, so that you feel like it's old and you need to spend more and buy the new thing. It's all this crazy corporate way to get you to spend more money. Your systems, the actual hardware themselves, are made, to last a good amount of time, and they can last a lot longer and be a speed that's not fucking potato if they wanted it to, but they purposefully slow it down. They do it to your phones, they do it to your consoles. They tried to do it to PC a couple times when they put out like the Spectre thing. And there's like they definitely slowed down Intel's chips a while ago when they had to compensate for some of their security vulnerability. But the thing about it is they get away with it so much more on mobile, and they still are starting to do it more on consoles now. So I'm very skeptical about the future of like how long each console lifetime will last. And it makes me just want to make more PCs. That's all it makes me want to do, not buy consoles and stuff. But regardless, people are going to buy them. And I gotta go, guys. I got a baby crying. Love you so much. Kira, Serlinga, Pocolate, Brendan, Eleanor the Dark. I think I've got most of everybody here. Nicola Zangara. Nicola, thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Have a fantastic day. We'll be back at 2 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow for some more RPG Maker stuff. GD Unknown. That was the last one there. Bye, guys. See ya. Have a good one.